All right. All right. Welcome, everybody, to episode 85. Today is Thursday, November 13th. Thanks for joining us. Matt, how you doing, bud?
Doing good, doing good. It's a surprisingly really warm day here in Denver, about 72 degrees. So that's pretty
What?
crazy out here. Yeah, sunny and 70. So I think it was saying this has been like the one of the longest years since the last snowfall. I think, or longest amount of days since the last snowfall. Been like over like 250 days or something. So that's
I'm
been cool.
sure all the climate people are out hollering.
Yep, exactly. So that's been good. And then, yeah, work's been good. Just been kind of catching up a little bit on editing and videos and stuff like that. So more of an editing heavy day, but all is good over here. How about yourself, my friend?
Busy, man. It used to be, well, I could just kind of cruise into the afternoon, kind of looking at the watch. Hey, is it time to get ready for the show? Procrastinate. But man, these last couple of days, it's just been something, everything's kind of pushing me right up to like, it was 15 minutes I had to get ready for today because I had a meeting that took me right to 3:30, and then I had to put notes in from that meeting and make sure I communicated a few things so I didn't forget. And I'm like, oh crap, I got to get things ready for the show. So
Yeah.
no, it's been a busy day. I mean, it's not like I've been wall to wall slammed with meetings, but there's just everything kind of flows into one thing. You get done meeting with one person, you get up walking, you got to go talk to somebody else, and that creates a new to do, and you got to sit down and take care of that. So there's been a bit of that, but so update on us for today. Had a meeting earlier today. We started a trial of our services on the revenue cycle management, so billing, coding, account receivable, and stuff for a kind of nationwide. They have some clinics in the South, some in the Midwest and Chicago region, then some over in like the East Coast, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, Maine. So they're fertility clinic that's got folks all over the place. And they came to us a couple months ago needing help with, AR, basically accounts receivable, things not getting paid on time. I think they had some staff leave at a few clinics, and they couldn't find new people to do it, and they couldn't keep up. So they'd been burned a few times, and they came to us and said, hey, what you guys say you can do sounds like you can do a really good job, but we've been burned. We don't want to sign on for a full year and, have you guys suck. And not sure those were their exact words, but paraphrasing. Yeah, if you guys suck, we want to be able to move a different direction. Just totally understand. So we put together kind of a little trial phase, not a free trial, just a trial phase, started at 30 days. And then we got together right before the end of the 30 days, and they said, hey, we need more. We want you guys to go on for another 30 days. We need a couple more people, and we need to see a bigger sample size of the work. Because if with AR, there's a lot of spin up, there's a lot of contacting insurance payers, and it takes time for checks to start coming in. But we had a meeting today, which is pretty close to our 60-day mark, to see, hey, how are things going? So our main contact there, Tanya, she got on with us and just kind of started telling us how things were. And they want to add some more resource power and a couple more, at least one more clinic, I think. And they want to continue on and sign on to a full year deal now. So that's really good news. And we're only helping, I think, with 3 different clinics right now, maybe 4 pretty soon. And they probably have pushing 30 or more, probably more. Most of them are on the East Coast, but they have a lot of clinics. And it's not that they own them all. They kind of sign up partner clinics, and I think they help them operationally with stuff. And so we're not necessarily tied to a specific clinic. We're tied to them, and then they get us in to help out with those clinics. But that could be something really good for us. I think there's some other ways we could potentially help those guys too. The person who originally reached out to us was the CFO. His name is Mike. I sent him an email today, seeing if he'd be interested in coming on the show. So we'll see how he responds to that. I think he'd be a really good find. He's got a lot of experience in the financial side of healthcare. I think it'd be a good guest. So that was a really good, positive one. Found out there. So get this. So 60 days, not very long to be with a revenue cycle management client. Usually you don't see results before 90 days. And that's if you're lucky. 6 months is usually a minimum when you go on with a new client, especially if you're doing everything for them. We're just doing an AR thing with these guys, which is the back end of collecting money. It usually takes about 6 months, especially if there's a problem. You got to identify the problem, put people in place, put in a process. And it just takes time. You start billing claims out. you run into issues, you fix those issues, and then things turn around in about 6 months. So when we get on a new client, usually we say, hey, it's a 6-month minimum. You can't try to get out until we've passed that 6 months mark and we can evaluate all the things we've done and we've got good data. But with this one, it just turned out our team did a really good job. So when we started, their days in AR, for non, billing type people, and this can work in any type of business. Every business has accounts receivable, right? Like Matt, when you got to send me emails to say, Brian, you need to pay your bill, you're doing AR work.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and you do that every month, right? So, in billing AR and healthcare AR, there's all these terms. One of them is days in AR, right? So when we started with them, their average days in AR for their patient, payer bills claims that needed to get paid they were right around 60 days. Somewhere in between 50 and 60. I think they were closer to 60.
Okay.
So in just under 2 months of being with us, we have that down to right around 25. So that's really good. And
Yeah.
I'm not, maybe I am tooting our own horn. I don't care at this point because that's a win in 60 days to get, we're working on, like I said, 3 different clinics, lots of encounters, lots of claims that weren't getting paid. Basically the longer a claim for services stays in AR, the less likely it is to get paid. Right? Once you get out past 60 into the 60 to 90, 91, 20, you're on a hope and a prayer, whether that money's ever coming in. And the insurance companies, they count on you not having the resource, the time, the energy to deal with it, and that you're just going to write it off, and then they never have to pay it.
Yep. So,
but, hats off to our team and doing a fantastic job with those guys. Getting, again, days in AR down from 60 to 25 in less than 2 months. That's miraculous. So good job, guys, on that work. And
go team.
It's it wasn't sales or marketing or anything that got us this year deal coming. It was them, proving that we can do what we say we can do. So great work there, guys.
Put it in the work.
That's right.
Putting in the work. Kudos to the team.
Yeah. Something else that happened today, got stood up. I had a date today with a candidate for a BDR position. She decided not to show, story of my life.
Interesting.
No, just kidding. No, so we had a interview set up with a candidate, and this is one I think we had a previous interview scheduled with her last week, and she called in and couldn't do it. I can't remember. Maybe I'm getting my wires crossed. But anyway, she didn't show. I don't know if she got lost. Okay. I mean, we're not hard to find. We're right on the highway.
Yeah.
It does say, it does say the name of another company outside in front of our building still. She might have got confused like this. I'm not interviewing with these guys. What's going on? But I think Jamie's been telling people, hey, it's going to say a different sign, and the sign on the door is somebody else. That's not them. Come on in. But yeah, no showed me. Guess she doesn't want a job.
Happens.
Yeah, that sucks. I really want to get somebody for this position. I want somebody local. I want somebody that can come into the office and have a real team atmosphere. But Manny mentioned the other day, hey, maybe we should expand the search, 100-mile radius, have quasi remote, quasi come to the office maybe once a week or something, and that can work. It's just the chances of it being as effective aren't as high. But we're gonna try. We'll see. The trick with being where we are is we're not in a high population center area, and when you get roles that you want a specific person that's good at a job to hire them, they're just hard to find. They're all working.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So, like if you're good at a sales role, you're not looking for work.
Right. 100%. You're getting headhunted, if anything.
Right. That's Manny always asks me, why is it so hard to find good people for the sales positions? I said, because they're all working.
Yeah.
I said, look at us. If we had a really good salesperson, would they need work? No, we'd be getting paid and they'd be working. And when you get interviews with people that are in sales that are like, I'm an awesome salesperson, I'm like, right, you've been working in 6 months,
Exactly.
But I mean, circumstances happen, and I'm kind of being a jerk there, but it's true.
But obviously there are the instances where that's not the case, but majority of the time, 100% agree.
Like, let's say there's an instance where a salesperson, whether, you know, they're on the front, a good cold caller, not looking for work.
Yeah.
Unless they get sick of doing that work.
Yep.
But good cold callers make bank because
Yeah.
they know that their skills are in high demand and they can charge a lot for the ability to book a lead that actually is a fit for, right? Like we're looking at working with a new vendor that we're going to be paying $850 per booked appointment if it's perfectly qualified.
Yep. Right.
You know, and they show up and they fit all these criteria, then boom, they're going to get a check each time.
Yep.
I mean, imagine if you're that cold caller and you can book 10 of those a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
100%,
you know?
100%.
If you're good at it, you're not looking for people like, and let's say you have a disagreement with somebody, or maybe you messed around in the office and dated somebody and now they don't want your, I don't know. But let's say one of those weird things happen. Everybody knows you're good at what you do. They're going to pick up the phone and call you and say, come work for me.
Yep, exactly.
You know? Anyway, what else is on the list? Oh, yeah, right before the show, had a meeting with a big prospect from the Atlanta area, big FQHC. They're merging with a bigger FQHC, which didn't know about. So, you know, they're like all the things that we do that we could help them with are usually kind of front and center IT. Well, they're getting a new vendor from the company they're merging with. RCM getting a new vendor from the company they're working with. Scribes getting a new vendor from the company they're working with. So I'm like, strike one, strike two, strike three. And I just kind of rolled out marketing, and he's like, because that's what was in their profile. And I thought he was going to skip over that. And I'm like, so in the profile we got from our folks, it says that you guys are really looking to remessage and rebrand because you want to connect to the community better. You feel like that they don't know who you are, so they don't show up for services. And he's like, yeah, that's true. I'm like, so merging with this other organization, are you just going to take on all their branding and stuff? He's like, well, no, not necessarily. I'm like, okay, so you're still in the market for these things. He's like, yeah. And that's a quicker timetable. They're going to find out at the end of this month whether their merger is approved from an organization called HRSA. And if it is, then, you know, they'll know kind of what that timetable looks like. But either way, we're going to talk again in December to see what, you know, we can present to them. And I'm going to, you know, I just said, you know, hey, we're a story brand framework organization. Here's what I'm looking at your stuff. And from what you're telling me, you guys you're not connecting through your messaging. Yep. You guys are marketing yourself as the hero instead of your patients. And it needs to be vice versa.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Man, this thing's already paying off. That's what I'm saying, right? So anyway, the last thing that I want to mention here on my list is I was hoping that we were actually originally planning to have Deanne Schaefer. If you remember Deanne from the big show about a year or two ago, we brought her in, and she's a photographer, fantastic photographer, done stuff for our family over the years. Great story about overcoming a cancer, and she's just a fighter. She's real close kind of with my wife now too, because they both had hip replacements. She's been through a lot, and she's just a sweet, great lady, but she's a bulldog. Like, she doesn't give up, right?
Right. Love it.
So she reached out to me a few weeks back saying, hey, are you still doing the podcast? Yeah. You know, in fact, I go, we've gone to a daily show because we're trying to make, you know, build more content and learn how to do things, you know, more often and in a quality way. And she's like, wow. So I wanted to see if you were willing to meet, she said, because I'm considering doing a show myself and wanted to see what your suggestions are, if you think it's worth it, what, you know. So I'm like, I think it's a great idea. Let's meet. What about, since we're doing this daily show, let's just pick a date and let's have the meeting on the show live and let's just go through it. She's like, that would be awesome. So that's what we're going to do. We were going to do it today, but with the move and she got a bad cold, we figured let's just push it out a little bit. And I said, how about a couple more weeks? So we're going to do, looks like the 9th of December. Okay. It'll give me some time to get some things set up in the studio, probably get the painting done and get some stuff up and just make it feel a little bit more at home for guests and stuff. Yeah. And I think that'll be a good one.
Cool.
So we're bringing Deanne back.
Good stuff.
That's it. That's it for me today. That's been my Wednesday, November 13th.
Nice. So, one day late of being a Friday the 13th.
Right.
It looks like, yeah.
My sister, I have a couple sisters, but my older sister, Jamie, she was born on Friday the 13th in 1978.
Oh, okay.
October 13th, 1978.
That's a spooky one. That's about as spooky as spooky can get.
It's like spooky month.
Yeah.
Spooky day.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So, and like we grew up in the 80s when like Friday the 13th was a big deal, the movie and stuff. So it's crazy because she probably drew the best straws of anybody in our family. You know,
Okay.
She's a beautiful woman, and me, my brothers, my younger sister's beautiful too. But like, I sometimes I forget that I have a younger brother and a younger sister because they're so far off, and we didn't
Right.
necessarily grow up together. Like my older brother, my older sister, and me, we kind of grew up in the same era, and then there was like a big gap. Like my younger brother is 10 years younger than me. My younger sister is 17 years younger than me. So it's almost like they're from a different generation. But anyway, like my sister Jamie, she's gorgeous. She still lives in Texas, which I think she's lucky. Like she's warm, and she's got great, beautiful, handsome kids that have gone to college and are doing great things. I mean, she's definitely not been unlucky.
Yep.
So the whole Friday the 13th is an unlucky day is baloney.
I've always been the guy. I don't know what it is. I've always loved those superstitions. Like my number in baseball was 13. I always thought it'd be really cool to have a black cat. Like all those unlucky
Like
things.
the opposite, like just
Yeah,
flip them up, right?
That's how I think about them in a way. I'm like, oh, I kind of like that and being the odd one out. So that's, you never know. Maybe it's a luck for the right people. They say
Matt's
maybe.
walking around and everybody's house is busting up mirrors and walking underneath ladders on the sidewalk and stuff.
Yep. Exactly.
I laugh.
Yes.
I laugh in the face of bad luck.
But yeah, well, other than that, I know kind of the shutdown ends, I believe. Is it officially? I haven't been too tuned into it, but it's done. Okay.
I guess late last night they had I don't know why like what do they do all dang day that they can't like show up for work at 8 a.m. and get the votes done?
I think that's the biggest question known to man right there is what does the government do all day? I think that's a big question.
The elected part of the government, right? I know there's people that have normal kind of 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or whatever jobs, and there's those kind of punching the clock kind of people or salary people. But a day in the life, there's some accessible government folks in my area. Maybe I should reach out. Like what's it like when like you got your state. Your state elected politicians that spend time in Washington, they're not there all the time, right? But when they are there, I mean, you got to have a place to live. You're not just living in a hotel. I mean, are you going and you're spending time in your office and you're reading bills or you're writing legal documents, and then when you're done with that work for the day, then you show up at like 10 o'clock at night to vote on something? It's like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It could be maybe some people have to fly in or some. Maybe it's like they don't know they're going to vote till the day of, and you got to have people fly. Yeah, I don't really know what that's about. It's interesting though. That's for sure.
Probably figure that out. It would probably behoove us as citizens of this great country to know what in the heck is going on.
Do we really want to know though? Is the real question. Do we even want to know, or do we just kind of block that out? Let that be that. I'm just kidding.
I kind of want. A basic outline.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Or just paint me a picture. Just be like, okay, you know what we need? We need, you probably guys didn't have this when you were a kid, but when I was a kid, there was Schoolhouse Rock.
Yep.
You ever heard of Schoolhouse Rock?
Yep.
School cartoon series that the teachers would show. And it was like little short 15, 20-minute things about how things worked.
Yeah, like I remember the one on the Bill of Rights. I think
Bill.
they had
I'm just a Bill, right? The little sad Bill walking around singing the blues.
Yep.
I mean, that's how we learned. I don't know if they do any of that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah. No, they need to. And and they need to. My whole thing on the schooling is they need to, teach, the kids things that'll actually be useful a little more, like how to write a check or what are taxes. I mean, I still, to my age, have no idea sometimes about taxes or a lot of those things. And I mean, I think those are very instrumental things. I was lucky in our high school. We had a senior year, something called leadership class, where they taught you how to write a check, checking all that good stuff. So they tried, it seemed like, but I mean, I feel like they could do a lot better of a job because I mean, the amount I use calculus versus doing taxes is a big difference. Yeah.
Right. It's like, or even algebra, honestly, like there's a few basic algebra functions you use a lot in life, solving basically for X, you can put that into life situations. Right.
Yeah.
But they force so much of the advanced stuff, like at a certain point, like you're taking your basic courses, maybe 8th or 9th grade, it should be everybody that wants to go that way, go for it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we could be doing. And you could even get people through that type of school quicker and into the workforce being productive like they want to be. Probably have a lot less pissed off teenagers and, things like that.
Yep. And one thing, because I took German in high school, and a lot of the things they taught was the culture of Germany. And I could be wrong. It's been a long time, and this could be outdated. But from my understanding, they place you at a very young age and put you, I think it's after 7th or 8th grade. They're like, oh, if you like the
right?
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're math. You might want to be an architect. Do that. Go do the math stuff. Oh, you might want to go into the trades. You don't need calculus. You need this stuff. And I believe, I'm pretty sure, and like I said, could be completely wrong, but from my limited understanding, it seems like they place kids very, very early so that, hey, focus on the things that you're going to actually use or that you're interested in as well.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like if you look back close to 100 years ago when public schooling really got rolling, right? Big is over 100 years now, but like, public school used to be like the little farmhouse schools everywhere, right? And it wasn't these big, but you talk to people who are historians on this, and it was they're built the way they are now. They were built in a way to keep the kids busy for a certain amount of time during the day, but to prepare them for the workforce. And the workforce then was industrial workforce, right? It's like, okay, they need to understand how to be on time, how to listen for a bell or the whistle, when to change and do things next, and to eat their food and then go to the next thing and to do. So it was regimented. This is what you want, to have a productive. A workforce of high productive capacity when they get of age, right? And the workforce and the type of productive capacity that we need out of people is different than it was then. And I think schools are stuck in this limbo between the two, because I feel like they still want that regiment, and you got to have some of that regiment because you got to be able to build some structure into young people's lives, right? Because even though they fight it, they desire it, right? It's so true. But at the same time, there's still like that training them to be non-creative, reactionary little yes people, right? Or in general, to not really know much of anything when they get done. And because I think that's almost what, like in the 90s, what seemed to be happening. This is what they told us. This is not even on the schedule, so we're way off. That's okay. They told me, I don't know what they told you, like starting in high school when you started doing these, like, the what did they call them? The counselors would come into your class and they show you a video, and everybody thought the counselor was a creep, and that's what it was like when I was a kid. But it was the things that they were drilling into our heads is, if you don't go to college, you will be a loser.
Right.
If you don't go to college, you will be nothing. If you don't go to college, you won't even get a job. You know what I mean? And it's like they scared you into thinking you had to go to college or else.
Yeah, or else you're working fast food or something like that or something. Yeah.
And I mean, I was in high school and I already had a job by my sophomore year that I was making more than anybody did at a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like I was working in a fish factory. It was gross, but it was good money for a teenager.
Yeah, I was at a fish house. I was a busboy at a fish house, and I was, even as a busboy, I mean, the waiters and waitresses, they were making like their livings. They were, probably, people my age, a little bit older. And busboy for me, I was like, yeah, I'm doing all right just right now.
You're being a part of those tips and stuff, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I was not. I was in a different type of fish house. I was like literally getting raw fish off of trucks and ice and fish guts and stuff and slipping around. But anyway, but it's just different. It's this thing where I feel like schools are still, they don't know whether they want to be in the old or the new, or it could be by design that they're just kind of pushing people into college, and college really doesn't have any direction now. College is like, here's 400 different courses and just pick one and we'll give you a degree, just pay for it over the next 30 years. And because you have a degree, someone will think they can hire you, So I don't know. So what the heck were we even talking about? How did we even get there?
I'm not sure.
I don't know how we got there.
But yeah,
we're talking about the shutdown, and we're talking about government, and I went to school. So yeah, we don't know what the heck the government does. I think it would be smart to know. I think it's similar to the school thing. I think a lot of the times people in certain positions, if you have a dumbed down masses, then they stop asking questions and then they just go about their day like little drones, and then you just do what you do. And now these last 20 years with the internet and stuff, can't do that as much. People ask questions and people educate themselves a lot faster on their own. News, you can't just pick up a newspaper every day and understand what's going on. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Exactly.
My thing is like people say, well, watch the news, listen to the news, read the paper, and be up to date on what's going on. And I'm like, I don't know who the heck I can trust.
Right. Yeah.
Like, who out there writing something is trustworthy? Everybody's got a bias, right or left, or non-right or left, or it's like, I don't know of anybody that's writing or putting true content out all the time that doesn't have, you know, something to gain from doing it a certain way.
Right. Yes, sir. Exactly.
So anyway, government's back Friday morning. People can show up to work. That's tomorrow morning. So back to work, everybody. Whistle's going to blow. Be there, be square.
Cool. Well, just a heads up, I do have to jump at 4:30, but if you want to talk real quick about Thursday night football, we can run into that the next few minutes here that I'll be here.
Yeah, let's wrap up with the last couple things here. So TNF tonight, Jets Patriots, who you got?
I think the Patriots, I just think the Patriots are hot right now. They're looking good. Drake May's looking good. The Jets as we know, I still think currently. So, yeah, I like the Patriots. It'll be nice. I'll be able to watch this game since it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
so
I get Patriots?
What's that?
Is it at Patriots? Is it at
I think it might be at New York. I'm not.
Is it in New York?
I'm really not sure. Yeah, or no, Jets at Patriots.
Jets at Patriots. Okay. Why is the name of Patriots home field escaping my head? It's like one of the most prominent fields. You could probably know it. I don't know. I should be able to just bleh, but I'm getting old.
Gillette Stadium. That's what it is. Yep.
The best a man can get.
Yep. That's it. That's it right there.
Go Patriots. Okay.
Go Patriots.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll probably win. What else I got here? There's all kinds of chatter about the Packers and their offense. You have a bad week or two on the offense, and now you want to fire everybody. But early in the year, it's offense is scoring like gangbusters, and you're letting the Cowboys, tie you on defense.
Yeah.
Defense is playing. Defense is hot. Offense is struggling. Those things are going to happen. You're going to call plays if you don't have confidence in your offense. You're going to call conservative plays because you're afraid the other ones aren't going to work. So just chill out, Packer fans. It's going to be okay. You're going to make the playoffs, and you always play well in the postseason. So it's just like take a chill pill, and it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Bucks are still playing well, so that's good in our neck of the woods. Yeah, that's all I got. I think we made it in time.
Yep. Yeah, we got 2 minutes to spare. 2 minutes to spare.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you got any big plans tomorrow? Anything big to get done?
Tomorrow, nothing really tomorrow. Saturday, going on a cool sunrise hike. So that'll be nice. First hike while living in Denver. And then Sunday, have a Friendsgiving. So that'll be fun as well.
Friendsgiving. You are quite the outdoorsman.
I really
lights the other day. You're going to see the sun come up.
I really like it. That's the thing, getting out here. I mean, there's just that's why I love, kind of a big reason. I mean, there was still a lot to do in Charlotte, but a big reason to come to Denver is there's a lot more to do than just go out to dinner, go out to the bars, go do those things. It gets so old. I just love being outside. I love going and do stuff. It makes you feel better, getting that fresh air. So now,
yeah, you're at that age where that starts to happen. Like the scene, the party scene and all that kind of stuff was fun. It gets old.
Yep. 100%.
It wears on you for sure.
100%.
When you're maturing, it's okay, Matt. You're doing the right thing.
Yes, sir. So now,
all right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 85 of the Daily BOP. I'm going to sign off. I will sign off for Matt too. Talk to everybody tomorrow.
Take care, guys. See ya.
Take care, everybody.